You know that one song, the one that just won't leave? It's been looping in your head all day. You didn't choose it. You didn't even like it that much. But somehow your brain decided, yep, this is our personality now. You wake up, it's there. You're brushing your teeth. Still there. You're trying to fall asleep, and suddenly it's louder than ever. So what is this thing? Why does your brain trap you in a never-ending concert you didn't buy tickets for? And more importantly, how do you make it stop? Let's get into it. First, there's actually a name for this. It's called an earworm. Not a real worm, so don't worry. It just means a piece of music that gets stuck repeating in your mind. And here's the wild part. This happens to over 90% of people. So if you've ever felt like your brain is glitching, it's not. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. But that raises a bigger question. Why would your brain want to repeat the same song over and over? To understand that, we need to talk about how your brain actually handles music. When you hear a song, your brain doesn't just listen to it. It breaks it into pieces, rhythm, melody, lyrics, and stores those patterns. Think of it like your brain saving a shortcut. And your brain loves shortcuts, because remembering patterns takes way less energy than processing something brand new every time. So when a song has a simple, catchy pattern, your brain grabs onto it fast. But here's where it gets interesting. Your brain doesn't just store the song, it keeps trying to finish it. Imagine someone starts singing, "Twinkle, twinkle, little." Your brain instantly goes, "Star." You didn't choose to do that, it just happened. That's because your brain hates unfinished patterns. It wants closure. So when you hear part of a song, even just a tiny piece, your brain keeps replaying it, trying to complete it over and over again. And if it never feels fully complete, it loops. But not all songs get stuck. So what makes a song sticky? There are actually a few traits that make a song way more likely to hijack your brain. First, repetition. Songs with repeating choruses or simple hooks are perfect for earworms. Your brain picks them up quickly and then just keeps running them. Second, unexpected moments. If a song has a slightly unusual beat, a weird lyric, or a surprising note, your brain pays extra attention. It's like, wait, what was that? And then it replays it to figure it out. Third, emotional connection. If a song is tied to a memory, good or bad, your brain tags it as important, and important things get replayed. But here's the part most people don't realize. Sometimes your brain starts the song without any music playing at all. You could be sitting in complete silence, and suddenly your brain just hits play. Why? Because your brain is constantly scanning for patterns and triggers. Maybe you heard something that rhymed with a lyric. Maybe you saw something that reminded you of a moment tied to the song. Or maybe your brain is just bored, and when your brain is bored, it looks for something easy to latch onto. A familiar song is perfect, so it presses play. Now here's where things get even weirder. Earworms are actually linked to something called your working memory. That's the part of your brain that holds small bits of information temporarily, like a mental sticky note. And music fits perfectly into that system. It's short, patterned, and easy to loop. So when a song gets stuck, it's basically taking up space in your working memory, like a browser tab that won't close. And the more attention you give it, the stronger it gets. Which leads to the big question, how do you actually get rid of an earworm? Because let's be honest, sometimes it's fun, but other times it's torture. There are a few tricks that actually work, and they all come down to one idea. You have to interrupt the loop. One way is to listen to the entire song from beginning to end. Remember how your brain wants closure. If you finish the song properly, your brain finally goes, okay, we're done here. Another method is to distract your brain with something else, especially something that uses your working memory, like solving a puzzle, reading something engaging, or even just having a conversation. Basically, you're kicking the song out by giving your brain something better to focus on. But here's a surprising one. Chewing gum. Yeah, weird, right? Some studies suggest that chewing gum can actually reduce earworms because it interferes with the tiny movements your brain uses to simulate the song internally. It's like jamming the signal. But here's the twist. Sometimes trying to force the song out actually makes it worse. If you keep thinking, I need to stop this, you're giving it more attention. And attention is fuel, so the song stays. It's kind of like trying not to think about something, and then thinking about it even more. So what's really happening here? Your brain isn't broken. It's doing three things at once. It's recognizing patterns, it's trying to complete them, and it's holding on to things that feel important or familiar. And when all three line up just right, you get a song stuck in your head for hours. Or even days. But there's one last thing that makes this even more fascinating. Earworms might actually be useful. Some scientists think they help with memory and learning, because repetition is one of the best ways your brain stores information. That's why songs are used to teach things, like the alphabet or multiplication tables. So when your brain loops a song, it might actually be practicing, strengthening connections, locking in patterns. In other words, your brain might not be annoying you, it might be training. So the next time a song gets stuck in your head, instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" think about what your brain is trying to finish. And maybe, just maybe, let it play out. Or grab some gum. Now I'm curious. What song is stuck in your head right now? Yeah, I probably just made it worse. If you enjoy exploring the strange and surprising things your body does without asking you first, make sure you subscribe to Your Weird Body. Because your brain has a lot more secrets like this, and we're just getting started.